For days, one question has been spreading across social media. Is Jennifer Hudson really leaving her talk show? The rumors have been getting louder. Some headlines make it sound like Jennifer Hudson is preparing to walk away from daytime television completely. Others have gone even further, suggesting that a replacement could eventually step into her seat. And once a celebrity rumor starts gaining momentum online, it can become almost impossible to tell where the facts end and the speculation begins. But here's the part that makes this story especially interesting. The information currently available does not show a confirmed Jennifer Hudson exit. In fact, the situation may be almost the opposite of what some viral headlines are suggesting. Jennifer Hudson's daytime journey began in September 2022, when she stepped into a completely different role from the one audiences had known her for. She wasn't standing on a concert stage. She wasn't playing a character in a movie. She wasn't competing for a music award. This time, Jennifer was sitting behind a desk as the host of her own daytime talk show. And that move was significant, because Jennifer Hudson had already accomplished something most entertainers can only dream about. She first became widely known to millions of people through American Idol. From there, her career expanded into music, film, Broadway, television, and live entertainment. She eventually became an Oscar-winning actress, a Grammy-winning singer, a Tony Award winner, and an EGOT winner. So, when Jennifer entered the daytime television world, audiences weren't simply watching another celebrity launch a talk show. They were watching one of entertainment's most versatile performers take on an entirely new challenge. And she brought something unique with her. Her voice, her energy, her humor, and most importantly, her ability to connect with people. Her show became known for celebrity interviews, personal conversations, musical performances, emotional moments, and the energetic atmosphere surrounding her famous Spirit Tunnel. Jennifer wasn't simply asking questions. She was bringing her personality into every conversation. And that's one reason the possibility of her leaving has attracted so much attention. Because fans aren't just wondering about a television program. They're wondering what could happen to another major chapter of Jennifer Hudson's career. So, where did these rumors actually come from? One major factor is the changing landscape of daytime television. Over the past several years, the daytime talk show world has experienced major changes. Programs that viewers once expected to remain on television for years have suddenly ended. Kelly Clarkson's daytime program came to an end. Sherri Shepherd's show was also canceled. And whenever multiple familiar programs disappear from the daytime lineup, viewers naturally begin asking the same question. Who's next? That question can quickly turn into speculation. And once Jennifer Hudson's name enters the conversation, social media can take the story and run with it. But there's an important distinction that needs to be made. A changing industry does not automatically mean Jennifer Hudson is leaving. And that's where the available information becomes particularly important. According to the information behind the current discussion, Jennifer Hudson's show was reportedly renewed for a 5th season in February 2026. Think about what that means. If the show has been renewed, then the idea that Jennifer has suddenly been removed from daytime television doesn't line up with that information. There has been no confirmed announcement establishing that Jennifer Hudson has officially quit her talk show. And that matters. Because entertainment rumors often follow a predictable pattern. Someone asks a question. Another person turns that question into a theory. The theory becomes a social media post. Then another account repeats it. Soon, the original uncertainty disappears, and suddenly the internet is talking about the rumor as though it were an official announcement. But a rumor isn't a confirmation. A possibility isn't a decision. And speculation isn't the same thing as news. Jennifer's extremely busy career may also be contributing to the confusion. Think about everything she has going on. Music, acting, television, live performances, major entertainment appearances. Jennifer has never been an artist who stays inside one box. And in 2026, she was connected with major entertainment events, including a performance associated with the MLB All-Star Game. So naturally, fans may look at her schedule and wonder, how can she possibly balance all of this? That's a fair question. But being busy doesn't necessarily mean she's preparing to abandon her talk show. In fact, Jennifer has spent her entire career proving that she can handle multiple sides of the entertainment industry. And there's another part of the story that deserves attention: Jennifer's relationship with other women in daytime television. During a period when the daytime landscape was changing dramatically, Jennifer publicly showed support for fellow hosts. She supported Kelly Clarkson after Clarkson's show ended. She also reached out to Sherri Shepherd following the cancellation of Shepherd's program. Those moments may seem small compared with everything happening in Hollywood, but they reveal something important about Jennifer. She wasn't celebrating the changes. She wasn't treating another host's exit as an opportunity to claim the spotlight. Instead, she was showing support. And that makes the current speculation surrounding her own future even more interesting. Because Jennifer knows firsthand how unpredictable the entertainment business can be. She has watched careers change. She has experienced massive opportunities. She has reinvented herself multiple times. And she understands that television isn't always permanent. But right now, the clearest information available points toward continuity rather than an immediate goodbye. The reported fifth season renewal suggests that the show is moving forward. And if that's the case, then the biggest question isn't necessarily, is Jennifer Hudson leaving? The bigger question may be, why does everyone suddenly think she is? And the answer may have more to do with the instability of daytime television than Jennifer herself. But there's still another layer to this story. Because even if Jennifer isn't leaving right now, fans have already started imagining what could happen if she eventually did. And that's where things get even more interesting. One name has even entered the conversation as a hypothetical possibility: Common. But before anyone starts assuming that Jennifer Hudson has already chosen her replacement, there's something you need to know. There is currently no verified announcement that Jennifer plans to hand her show over to Common. There is no confirmed information establishing that he is being prepared to replace her. That idea remains speculation. And yet, the fact that people are even discussing a possible replacement tells us just how much attention Jennifer's show has generated. So, could the future look different? Absolutely. Jennifer could eventually decide to focus more heavily on music. She could take on more acting roles. She could pursue theater. She could spend more time performing live. Or she could continue doing exactly what she's doing now. At this moment, none of those possibilities should be confused with a confirmed decision. And that's why fans should be careful about the headlines they see online. Because there is a huge difference between saying, Jennifer Hudson is leaving, and saying, people are speculating about Jennifer Hudson's future. Those are two completely different stories. And right now, the second one is much closer to the available information. But there is still a fascinating question hanging over everything. If Jennifer Hudson eventually does leave daytime television, what would she leave behind? That's where the story gets much bigger than a simple cancellation rumor. Because Jennifer Hudson's talk show isn't just another television program. It represents another stage in a career that has already defied expectations. And when we look at how she got here, it becomes easier to understand why whatever happens next could be significant. But there's an even bigger question waiting on the other side. Could Jennifer Hudson actually be better off leaving daytime television someday? And what would happen to her career if she did? If Jennifer Hudson eventually walks away from daytime television, one thing is almost certain. It would not mean the end of her career. Far from it. Jennifer has already demonstrated that she can reinvent herself whenever the next opportunity arrives. That's one of the most fascinating things about her career. She didn't become successful by following a single predictable path. She became successful by constantly moving forward. From American Idol to Hollywood. From Hollywood to music. From music to Broadway. From Broadway to television. And eventually, to becoming an EGOT winner. That's not the resume of someone whose career depends on one television show. That's the resume of an entertainer who has repeatedly created new chapters for herself. And that's exactly why the rumors about her talk show have created so much discussion. People aren't necessarily worried that Jennifer Hudson will disappear. They're wondering what she might do next. Imagine, for example, if Jennifer decided to focus more heavily on music. She already has the vocal ability and industry recognition to command attention whenever she releases or performs something new. A major music project could immediately become an entertainment story. Then there's acting. Jennifer has already proven herself on screen, and her film career could give her opportunities that require a different kind of commitment than a daily talk show. Then there's live performance. Jennifer's voice and stage presence make her a natural fit for major concerts, award shows, special events, and large-scale entertainment productions. So if she ever chose to leave daytime television, she wouldn't necessarily be stepping backward. She could simply be moving sideways into another part of the entertainment industry. And that's an important distinction. Sometimes audiences interpret a career change as failure. But for someone like Jennifer Hudson, a career change could actually be another form of growth. Look at her history. Every major transition has opened another door. That's why the idea of Jennifer eventually leaving her talk show isn't necessarily something fans should view as a disaster. But there's another reason her departure would be difficult for viewers. The audience connection. Over the years, viewers have watched Jennifer laugh with guests. They've watched her sing. They've watched her become emotional. They've watched her react to surprising stories. They've watched her celebrate guests and create unexpected moments. And that's something that can't simply be replaced by changing the name on a desk. The personality of a talk show comes from its host. And Jennifer brings a very specific personality to her program. Her musical background influences the way she interacts with guests. Her performance experience gives her confidence. And her own journey allows her to understand people who are also trying to overcome obstacles and reach their goals. That's part of what makes her show feel different. But now, let's return to one of the biggest rumors. Could Common eventually replace Jennifer Hudson? It's an interesting idea. Common is an established entertainer with experience in music, film, television, and public appearances. So it's easy to understand why people might imagine him in a hosting role. But there's a major problem with turning that idea into a headline. There is no verified announcement confirming that Common is being prepared to take over Jennifer's show. None. So at this point, it should be treated exactly for what it is. A hypothetical possibility. And this distinction is critical for anyone following celebrity news. The internet loves certainty. She's leaving. He's replacing her. The show is ending. Those headlines get attention. But reality is often much more complicated. Sometimes there is no secret plan. Sometimes there is simply a contract renewal, a busy schedule, and thousands of people online trying to predict what happens next. And that's why the reported fifth season renewal is such an important piece of information. If the show has been renewed, then there is no reason to treat a hypothetical future replacement as though it has already been decided. Jennifer remains connected to the program based on the available information. And until an official announcement says otherwise, that's where the story stands. Could that change? Of course. Television is an unpredictable business. Contracts change. Schedules change. Networks change direction. Hosts receive new opportunities. And celebrities sometimes decide that they want to explore something different. Jennifer Hudson is no exception. But there is a major difference between. Jennifer Hudson may eventually choose a different path. And Jennifer Hudson has officially left her talk show. The first is a possibility. The second would require confirmation. And right now, that confirmation isn't there. So perhaps the real story isn't about Jennifer Hudson leaving. Perhaps it's about the fact that her career has reached a point where audiences can realistically imagine almost anything happening next. A new album? Possible. A major movie? Possible. Another television project? Possible. A major live performance? Absolutely. And continuing her talk show? Also possible. That's the advantage of having a career as diverse as Jennifer Hudson's. One door doesn't determine the entire future. And if she eventually chooses to close one chapter, she already has the experience to open another. But here's something fans should remember. Jennifer Hudson has already done something incredibly difficult. She turned a moment on American Idol into a decades-long entertainment career. She survived setbacks. She built credibility across multiple industries. She became an award-winning actress. She became a Grammy-winning singer. She conquered Broadway. She achieved EGOT status. And then she stepped into daytime television. So whether her talk show continues for another season, several more seasons, or eventually reaches its natural conclusion, it will only be one chapter in a much larger story. That's why declaring her career finished or even assuming that she's definitely leaving would be premature. For now, the strongest takeaway is simple. There is no confirmed announcement that Jennifer Hudson is leaving her talk show. The reported fifth season renewal points toward the program continuing rather than disappearing immediately. And the replacement rumors, including speculation involving Common, remain unconfirmed. So if you're seeing dramatic headlines claiming that Jennifer Hudson has already quit, take a step back. Ask yourself, where did this information come from? Was there an official announcement? Or is someone turning speculation into a headline? Because in today's entertainment world, that distinction matters more than ever. Jennifer Hudson has spent her entire career surprising people. She surprised audiences on American Idol. She surprised Hollywood. She surprised Broadway. She surprised the music industry. And she surprised daytime television by creating a show with her own personality at the center. So maybe the most interesting question isn't whether Jennifer Hudson is leaving. Maybe it's, what will Jennifer Hudson do next? Because if her history tells us anything, it's that the next chapter probably won't be predictable. And if the day eventually comes when she really does decide to leave daytime television, it will almost certainly become a major entertainment moment. Fans will remember the interviews, the performances, the emotional conversations, the laughter, the surprises, and the moments that made the show uniquely Jennifer's. But until that day arrives, there's no reason to treat speculation as fact. Jennifer Hudson's story is still being written. And for now, the evidence points toward another chapter rather than an immediate goodbye. Now I want to hear from you. Do you want Jennifer Hudson to continue her talk show? Or do you think she should focus more on music, movies, Broadway, and other entertainment projects? And what do you think about the speculation surrounding a possible future replacement? Could you actually imagine someone like Common taking over the show someday? Or should Jennifer remain the face of the program for as long as she wants to continue? Drop your opinion in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on the latest Jennifer Hudson news and the biggest entertainment stories, make sure you stay tuned. Because with Jennifer Hudson, one thing is almost guaranteed. Whatever comes next, it won't be boring.